Today we work in and around the hip muscles to help stabilize your running techniques. We work on the quads, the hamstrings, the adductors. We make sure we get those moving. We've got guys outside. We have people in a range of different places, in living rooms and so on. So today what you're going to need is yourself, a chair or a wall, and a mat. That's going to be really key. We're going to get a good move around, and let's get going. So we're going to start off today with the chair. We're going to bring our leg across our body just to wake up the adductors, the hip flexors, the IT bands, by kicking your leg across your body. So the focus here is just opening and closing out the hips, just to get some dynamic movement into those. So welcome to those joining on the live call today. Many jumping on the replay as well. Don't forget to make yourself accountable by giving us a green tick, or other colours are available in your WhatsApp and Messenger groups, just to say, hey, mobility tips. Even better, guys, if you can get a bonus selfie during the call today. I find mobility selfies the hardest ones to fit in. Okay, so with this, we're going to focus on technique. We're going to get the legs going and kickstart that weekend. We're going to change sides now. Bring the other leg across your body. Fantastic work. Good. So this one's a really easy one you can do before a run. If the legs are feeling a bit heavy or tight from maybe a lot of traveling, maybe sitting at the desk for a while. So a real key one to utilize. Next up, we're going to get rid of the chair, or just free up a little bit of space now. So place that out of the way. And all you're going to do is go into a little bit of a dance here by bringing your head, bringing your heel up and the inside of your leg to the opposite hand. So the goal of this one is just to get a little bit of dynamics in and around the hips and a slightly different movement. Fantastic. So it goes without saying, but mobility is not focusing on grabbing a PB or flexibility today. What we're looking to do is just ticking it off and just focusing within your comfort zones. Lovely. Okay, slow it down a little bit now. Just focus on the control. Go a little bit higher. Good stuff. Well done, team. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to loosen up the lower back. So hands up to the side. Just going to rotate round, looking over your shoulder. Back to the middle, over to the other side. And two more on each side. Here we go. Coming to the last one. Just go a little bit further. Brilliant. Okay, from there we're going to place our hands into a rugby goal style, just from like so. Palms are up, elbows stuck in position. I want you to rotate round so your hands come down. Elbows are locked, still in position, they come back up. Focus on the mid-back between the scapula, some of the movements that we're going to need just to support some of the exercises today. The back gets a lot of work as you move the hips, because you need the back to support and keep yourself in position as we lock the hips and move the legs to rotate them. Okay, shake out the arms, kick out the legs. We're going to head down towards your mat next, and you're going to place yourself onto your bum with your knees up. These are the 90-90 splits that we go to next. So for this one, you want your heels to be on the floor. You're going to bring your toes up, and you're going to just pivot on your heels. So from here, you're going to drop both knees down to one side, keeping your hands behind yourself for balance. Knees come back up and over to the other side. Watching the mobility videos back recently, you can tell how loud the birds are during these summer months. So they are my assistants today. I hope that's okay. As you come across to the sides, just take note of how your stabilizers are feeling, how the insides of the legs, how the outsides of the legs when you land. If you find this isn't really stretching much at all at the moment, that's completely normal. This is one of our introduction exercises, but just make sure that your bum is staying grounded, and maybe bring your heels a little bit closer to your body, and just check that your knees are at least at 90 degrees, if not further. Side to side, keep that going. Nice and slow and controlled. Can you bring the inside of the knee right down? Have you been doing more of these recently and noticed that your flexibility has increased? Maybe you're new to this one. Is this good? Is it bad? Feedback is what we want, guys. Feedback is key. Last couple. Brilliant. From this position here, we keep the hands back, keep the feet in the same position with your heels on the floor. We're going to extend at the knee and go to the other side, okay? So extending at the knee, alternating side to side, And just kicking out and straightening out that leg. Lovely. Fantastic work, guys. So the hips often find a little bit more tightness if you've got more impact time. So you're slowing your cadence rather than reducing the stride of your length in your running start stride whilst slowing the pace. Keep the upper body nice and straight. Keep that going, guys. Fantastic. Lovely. Next up, we're going to lie down onto the floor, into the mat. Relax down, straighten out both of your arms to the side, okay? And just drop the knees down to one side and then down to the other. Okay, keep that going. Lovely. Loosening up the lower back, just slightly ahead of today's exercising. So fantastic. We're going to straighten one leg out in front. Bring it nice and close into the body and then out to the side. So your knee, as it comes back to 90 degrees, is going to come out to the side, back to the middle, and lengthen out in front of you, like so. Keep the other leg grounded. And just feel a light stretch, potentially on the inside of the legs. Keep these movements nice and slow. So you're looking at 2 seconds in and out on either direction. Brilliant. Keep that lower back grounded. Let the hips do the movement here. Okay, go to the other side, straight out. If you've been alternating, then continue. If not, move back to the other side. Good. Great work, team. Hands out to the side in that crucifix position. Keep that 90-degree bend as the leg comes out laterally across the body. Fantastic work, guys. Okay, from here, we're going to lengthen the leg above your head. So just looking to kick up as well, working on the top of the hips, but also we introduce the movements of the hamstrings that play a key part with the hips as they support and land on the back of your ilium, the back of your pelvis girdle. Okay, what we're going to do next is just hold one leg nice and straight out in front of your head. Lower your lower back down to the floor. Keep that knee nice and straight there. Head relaxes down. Hold that hamstrings stretch nicely in position. And breathe. Okay, bend that knee close to the chest. Hold that close up to your chest at this position. And then to your shoulder. And feel stretch maybe a little bit higher in the hip or at the top of your hamstrings. Lovely. Straighten the other leg away from the body. A little bit further stretch on the supporting leg, the straight leg now, or on the leg you're holding to your shoulder. Bring that knee back in. Lengthen the leg. Hold this nice and straight. The goal here is to straighten out the knee, not to see how far you can get it back, but hold that position there. Introduce the toes here by pointing them to the ceiling and then bringing them towards the shin and feel a light stretch into the calf. If it's tight, you might feel a small burning sensation as you then point back out to the ceiling to release and down towards the shin to straighten and lengthen. And again to the ceiling and down to the shin. So the toes are in control of this movement. And one last one to the ceiling and down towards the shin. Great work. Bend that knee. Last time here into the chest, then the shoulder, and then lengthen and straighten that other leg away from the body. Good work, guys. Fantastic. Bring that back in. We're going to lengthen one last time, straightening above the head, holding out of the knee, and just pointing the toes to the shins and away. towards the ceiling a little bit quicker now. Just getting plenty of movement into that calf. 3, 2, 1, relax down. Kick the other leg up in the air and just look to get a bit more straightening of that leg. Keep that going. Fantastic. And then hold it nice and straight when you're ready at the knee. Drop the lower back down. Good work, guys. Lots of feet in the air on that live video that I can see. Bend the knee in close to the chest. And as you move that towards the shoulder, just lengthen the other leg away from the body. Heel to the floor and just hold that really close up towards your shoulder. Get maximum stretch through that area. Bring that knee back in on the other side, ground the foot, and then lengthen the leg. Feel that behind the knee. Good work, guys. Okay, in this position here, we're going to slowly bring the toes down towards the shin and up towards the ceiling. And again, good stuff. Keep that going. Slight background noise there. Really good work, guys. So what happens at this time of the morning in the short household is my son and daughter have breakfast and they watch the mobility live. So they won't be able to see your screen, they'll be seeing my screen, and they watch that and they copy it. So they're going to be super flexible in the future, I hope. Right, knee close towards the chest, just like you guys, nice and consistent there. They takes a lot of athleticism, I guess, moving around. They've got to make sure they stay injury free too. So with this one, the lower back stays nice and grounded. That knee is now into your shoulder. And I give you a weather update. So today we have in sunny Sussex, relatively good blue skies with about 15% of cloud cover, very thin. It's looking like a hot day. And therefore, if we are running today, we should be looking into nice shaded routes. Bring the knee, the foot back in, lengthen that leg for the last time, and speed up the toes to the ceiling and down towards the shin. So we really activate all of the muscles that run along the shin and protect against shin splints, and the muscles that are available for the push-off of the running stride in the calf. Okay, relax down there. So now you're lying down and your feet are grounded. We're going to bring one leg across your body, like so, into a pretzel-based movement. You're going to focus on the knee that is now bent at 90 degrees on the side that you can see the foot a bit higher. You're going to push that down towards the ground and you're going to look to loosen up the hip here. So with this, your foot is grounded on one side. The leg where the foot is not grounded is the knee we're concentrating on. And you're looking to push that knee away from the body. So down and away from the body. You should be able to feel a stretch into the hip flexor here or into the IT band. That feels tight or crampy, just loosen off by bringing the knee back a little bit and then slowly pushing into that movement again when you feel it's best. Fantastic. 3, 2, 1, release. Change over to the other side. Once again, the back is grounded, the bum is grounded there. Just going to push that knee away from the body, squaring up the hips, bum down to the floor, lower back onto the floor, belly button just squeezing down so your back is flat against the mat. And practice that one, sing that one right, Julie. So good work, guys. And relax that head to the floor. Brilliant. The more you push that knee away from the body, the more you can feel that stretch through the hip. If you can't feel that, guys, great news. The hips are mobile. They shouldn't shorten your stride. You're ready for the weekend already. Great. Okay, we're going to relax down. We're going to spin up to our front for the next one and do a new activation exercise. So for this one, I want you to imagine you are standing on one leg with the other leg just coming across and behind the knee. So your foot has come out from straight to behind the knee and it's been locked in that position. Your knee comes out to the side of your body. And for this one, you're going to place your hands underneath your head as if you're going to sleep. You're going to keep your hips grounded and pushed into the floor. And I want you just to slowly lift up the knee without rolling your hips round. The temptation is to roll round and face towards the side. What I want you to do is just keep those hips in position. If you find this really hard by lifting up the knee, then just bring your hands down onto your bum and just hold onto the hips and just hold them in position. Lovely. Keep that going. Nice and slow. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Controlled, and don't forget to breathe. So tempting to hold your breath on this exercise. Is this easy? Is this hard? The knee should come just slightly off the floor. We're talking about 5 to 10 centimeters at most. And you can feel the glutes working into the last 3 now. 2 more. Last one. Well done, guys. Okay, shake out that leg. Just bend at the knee. Keep that other leg nice and straight and bring the other leg across into position. Great stuff, guys. A couple of new exercises thrown in here. Thank you very much to Pippa, who's added in some of the new hip exercises based on some of the stretches she's done recently. And hopefully she's finding it nice and easy at this stage. Okay, good work, guys. Head comes down into the hands. Keep that foot in position. Don't let it lower down the leg. And just keep bringing that knee slightly up off the floor. Great stuff. Okay, just keeping those legs out behind into your mild tantrums, just to loosen off the legs. Also to get some flexibility into the quads for today. As for you, Will. Okay, keeping the hips grounded. And if this one ever plays up on the knees, make sure that you just keep it nice and dynamic. So don't hold the static stretch for too long. Instead, bring the heel right back up to the bum and just focus on moving those legs and getting some mobility into the knees, the level that feels comfortable. If there's no biting sensation at this stage, what we're going to do is we're going to hold that foot. We're going to bring that heel up to the bum and we're going to push the hips forwards, therefore lengthening the quadriceps, the muscles that go over the front of the knee, but also the front of the thigh. Because they go over the front of the knee and you can see this flexion at the knee, so the angle there, it means that it just lengthens the muscles and creates a little bit of tension and then releases them following that too. Okay, kick that leg back out. So it's that same side that you've just done. If you feel any tension through the lower back during this exercise, don't push any further and just make sure your head is grounded. Okay, guys, this time we're going to bring that heel up to the bum. If your heel is touching the bum, like you can see here, we're going to lift the knee slightly off the floor. We're talking 5 centimeters, keeping the hips grounded, no rotation, and just double check on the lower back. Should have tension, but shouldn't be incredibly tight. Hold that position. And once again, within your pain threshold, so there's no funny faces or grimacing. Okay, we're going to relax that leg back and just straighten it out. We're going to also introduce the other leg, so we have the tantrums. You really want to show if you can add in the arms and go for a full-on paddy. Otherwise, just relax the hands down and keep kicking those legs back. Good. Move on to the other side now. So I've done the right there. I'm going to move on to my left. I'm going to just grab that one there. Make sure the knees are together. The hips are down, the head is relaxed. And I'm going to bring that towards the bum. Not a problem if you don't hit the bum yet. It does tell us that you may have either had knee problems in the past or the quads are tight. Hips are grounded, relaxed, belly button is still pushed down towards the floor and the back is flat. Okay, kick those both out. So push a little bit further. So with this one, if your heel is already at the bum, in this position here, then we're going to lift the knees slightly off the floor. Knees are still together as the other knee comes slightly higher than the relaxed knee. Is this leg tighter than the initial one? Is it looser? What does that difference mean for your running stride? Is one of your legs landing in a heel strike towards the end of runs, but the other one isn't? Is that putting more tension through this area? Is this a knee that's played up in the past or not? Relax down, kick out. Lovely. So if you have been just kicking out throughout those, your legs should be nice and flexible at this stage. Great work. Okay, we're going to spin around onto our side, activate our glutes. I know everyone's favorite. So we're going to, with this one, we're going to make sure our heels are nice and straight up to your shoulders. We're going to bring that foot up. We're going to point your toes down, and we're going to just move 1/2 meter in front of the body, 50 centimeters. Hands come onto the hips, lift straight up, and go again. Speed is not the name of the game here. The name of the game is control. Head comes relaxed onto the floor, and nice and neutral. So we're looking for a nice straight line up. All the power and control is coming from this glute, just like with the best runners, the fastest progressing runners, those PB hunters. They have glutes of steel, buns of steel that work as a central part of the driving force to that PB. Pretty much across all distances, especially if you're endurance marathon guys, this is essential as we move into the last stages. And even more important, as we go for a few more, yes, we're going for the reps today. It's especially important if you are having hip issues. Your glutes often are the reason by not firing. 2 more. Last one, guys, really good. If you get a little bit of burning sensation there, great. Just bend that leg, shake out that leg, relax it down onto the other one. We come back up. The toes now face towards ceiling, the heel comes back. Now, this is a lot about mindset as the heel comes behind the body and up, as well as technique. The technical point, hips need to be neutral. Bring the hand around to your bum. Don't skip on these, guys. If you need to rest in between, you can do, but this is going to be key to the next phases of your training. Okay, so as it starts to tickle and hurt or feel a little bit more of a burning sensation, then note that's where the results come. That's where you've got more activation of the glutes. Keep this going. And those that aren't feeling that, have been practicing this a lot, congratulations, your results are coming. So that's all great. 3, 2, and last one. Good. Okay, shake that side out. We'll go over to the other side next. So with this here, we're going to start in front. Double check you're in the right position first of all. Nice and straight through the body. Toes are down. And we're going to just kick into in front of the body. Good. So the toes are stepping down into the floor, coming directly up. And it's nice and controlled. A couple of seconds up and a couple of seconds down. Control coming from the glutes. If you're not sure if you're controlling this through the glutes, just bring one hand over to the outside of the bum and just see if there's any tension coming through as you lift the leg. Is this harder than the other side? Is it easier? How does that affect your running style? Are we lacking efficiency on one side? 3 more. If we are, then the likelihood is that's going to affect your results. Last one. Relax down, kick that leg out. Guys, we're nearly there. Okay, we're going to go and focus behind the body now. So the leg comes up, toes come up. Place the hand on the hips to not let them drop too much. And the heel comes into the floor, straight up. Get that position right first of all. You can bring your hand in front of your body to help for stability, but make sure your heel is coming behind the body. I find this side more challenging than the other due to a weakness on the left versus the right. Do you have a difference from those? So therefore, this is the area that I target in my strength work, just like these. We've added a couple of extra reps in just to even those up. That's just 2 extra reps to go from there. But for today, we keep it nice and lateral, nice and consistent into the last 5. You can do this. 4, keep going. 3 more, good work, guys. Legs coming up nicely, keep that leg straight. 2 more, last one. Well done, team, brilliant. Okay, lying onto the back for the last time. Today, we're just going to kick out those legs. Hands come underneath the bum, just straighten those knees in and out. Feel a nice little relaxation from those, and then hug the knees just into your body as much as you feel comfortable. Chin into your chest. Good stuff. Well done, team. Okay, for the next exercise, you won't need shoes. So if you're outside, ditch the shoes. You can do this with barefoot or socks. We're going to just sit up for this one. Okay. Lovely. You're going to bend the knees at 90 degrees. I'll ditch the socks. And you're going to hold the top of your toes. We're going to focus on the lower part of your leg and do some rolling and stretching without using any foam rollers or any equipment. So this is perfect if you are at the Isle of Wight Festival for the weekend, or you're sort of somewhere where you feel a bit of tightness in the middle of nowhere on a trail. Bring your toes down to the floor, back up to the original position. So with this one, we're just waking up the ankle joint. Perfect. Good. Lift up off the floor, keep the 90-degree bend, and just rotate your ankle wide. The 90-degree bend, what we're looking to focus on is the muscles that we use during running. And for more than 90% of your running style, for most people, 99%, your knee is bent. Change direction. So therefore, we should do specific exercises that focus on those, which means that the soleus, not the name of the duck as per here, but the muscle itself that works in the medial calf needs to be lengthened. And the way you do that is with a bent knee, just like so. Hands come on top of the toes. I want you to pull that up towards your shin and feel a stretch towards the lower part of the calf, maybe the Achilles, maybe underneath of the foot. The area that you feel stretching now is the tightest area around here. This shouldn't cramp. It shouldn't feel painful. If it does, release it down. Instead, go to the original dynamics, toe taps and lengthens. You're gonna hold that for 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, guys. Come back to that one in a moment, but right now I want you to place your hand into a fist as if you're about to knock on the door. The area of the hand that knocks on the door, just above the knuckles, comes onto your Achilles. Still have a 90-degree bend, still with your toes up. I want you to focus on the lower half of your calf, and I just want you to roll up with those if you're knocking on the door, but underneath, and just pulling through the movement. Lovely. Come out to the side and just roll through once again. We're looking just to get some movement up towards the knee. Release as you get to the top of the movement, come back down and just focus on all of the muscle tissue coming up towards the knee. Okay, use the other hand now, go onto the inside and do the same. Just the lower half, a little bit more intense than the massage stick we've been doing in previous mobility sessions. Okay, relax there. We come over on top of our toes, pull that up towards your shin. Lovely. 5 seconds, 4, a bit further, 3, 2, 1. And now just go back to the same position, but with those, just roll it right out up to your knees. You're looking right to roll up all of the calf to your knee. Okay, guys, great work. We go to the other side next. Knee in 90 degrees. Okay, just pointing your toes down to the floor and back up. Great work. Fantastic. I'll bend that just so you can see. And we're going to hold the feet on top. Feel that stretch just through the lower levels. You're in control of how much you do this one here, but it shouldn't be painful. It should feel like an unlocking or releasing, especially if you've had tightness in the Achilles. What this does, it looks at the subtalar joint just here, and it works from the bones just loosening to take less pressure off the Achilles. Okay, guys, rotate round in circles. Get your knuckles ready to knock on the soleus and just come through the lower level of those here. Just the lower half of your calf from just by your Achilles at the bottom by your heel to the halfway point of your calf. Inside. And then change hands to go outside. Lovely work, guys. Okay, now grab your hands on top of the toes, pull those up towards the shin. Last few seconds into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the foot in position. We now go all the way up to the top of the calf. You're in control of how much pressure you put on this. You can, of course, do this with a massage stick, but I find this one is a good tool to have if you don't have a massage stick with you, if you want to run, or if you're on holiday, for example, and looking to use those. Guys, amazing work today. We are done. Absolutely great stuff. So from me, And from Soleus himself, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you joining me today. That was absolutely brilliant. Hope you got some benefits from today's session. Thank you, Julie. And have a great day. Have a great weekend. It looks like a spot on one. Enjoy, guys.